Mr. Football over there smiling at me like he does. You can be big, but that's the worst thing in this game.
We haven't wanted to vote anybody out, but we've had to. You guys haven't had the difficult conversations we've had. Nobody's been voted out over there, so don't start throwing arrows at us.
You should vote out the weakest person to help the tribe. You voted out 2 strong people already, hence the reason why you lost.
We're playing Survivor, babe. Maybe there's more to it than that.
You Brad Culpepper.
Hey, yo, Marissa, tone it down, no.
Survivor has introduced a brand new twist to the game, blood versus water. Returning players on one tribe and their loved ones on the other tribe. Is this a new way of doing fans versus favorites? Yes, and it is the far superior way to do it, in my opinion. This season is the beginning of the Renaissance era of Survivor after a tumultuous past 6 seasons in the Dark Ages, and it begins with an idea that I am surprised Survivor took this long to come up with, but boy, am I glad they did. So let's review it all, starting with the theme.
First vote, Laura. Laura. Katie. Laura. That's 3 votes, Laura. Laura. That's 4 votes, Laura. 11th person voted out of Survivor, blood versus water. Laura.
Sorry, love you. I'll come back for you.
Laura, for the second time, the tribe has spoken.
Previously on Survivor, Sierra's alliance, the Tadhana 5, came up with a plan to break up her and her mom. Fortunately for them, Sierra was on board, but the pressure of voting out her mom was taking its toll. At Tribal Council, Sierra made the toughest and most emotional vote of the season, voting out her mom.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. This idea alone, combined with returning players and combined with Redemption Island, is almost perfect. As we will talk about more in the strategy section, the theme does cause some lackluster gameplay due to it, but overall it adds so much drama and intrigue that its pros outweigh its cons tenfold. Would this idea have worked with all newbie players? Maybe. But it excels since we have players we are already invested in with the stakes raised for them and their loved ones. Emotions run high, decisions are made that would probably not be made otherwise, and so many of these returning players are fleshed out to us in ways that they never were on their prior seasons. I learned way more about Tina, for example, this season than I did on her past 2 seasons combined. And one of those seasons she was on, she won, and she was there for like 15 episodes for 42 days, and I learned more here than I did there. Thematically, this was an inspired choice and something I think the show should bring back and combine with the one world twist. Could you even imagine? The drama and strategy would be off the charts. The thematic twist for Survivor Blood vs. Water gets a 9 out of 10. Do you want to tell me what videos I should make? Well, the patrons on Patreon pick 3 videos or more for me to make every month, and you can too. You also get to watch everything I make up to 7 months early and join our Survivor Fantasy League. If you're interested, then there's a link in the description. Thank you for your support. Now with that, number 2, production.
I wanted somebody to come that, she and I could work together to be.
Somebody you could hate.
Somebody I could hate, like Brad Culpepper. Just look away. You're a child.
Hi.
We've been listening to the people who get voted off about how he's shushing the women and telling them,
He's never shushed a woman in his entire
Have I shushed a
life.
woman?
I've seen Marissa.
Ask John.
Marissa has
Ask John.
When she came to our camp, she felt about this small.
Ask your husband if I've hushed anybody. Has you heard me hush anybody?
Didn't hush me.
No, he didn't hush a man that's bigger than him that can beat his ass.
Production tried a lot, and while most of it worked, there were some clear misses as well. For example, why did the show force 2 players to be voted off before the tribes hit the beach? They did a very similar twist on The Amazing Race as well, which is another CBS TV show like this one, and it was an epic failure there, so they just didn't do it again. That was before this happened. Survivor should have learned the lesson. There was no need for this twist. A couple of double boot episodes would have been great and would have given Rupert and Candace a chance to actually play, though Candace delivered despite the hand she was dealt, in my opinion. So much of the season is just awesome. The challenges have variety, the number of idols was almost perfect, and the storytelling made it very clear why everything happened while keeping us invested in most of the cast. The parts that fall on his face start with this early vote off, and it was an unnecessary twist amongst a bevy of twists that the show is already throwing at the audience and the players. Day 1 vote offs, the return of Redemption Island, fans versus favorites but with loved ones, and a day 0 that really makes the season unofficially 40 days instead of it being 39. That's a lot for just the premiere, and it's all very front loaded. The production quality of Survivor Blood vs. Water scores an 8 out of 10. Number 3, strategy.
You can come with us, We can draw rocks.
Sierra.
And that's a big move. We've been 100 with you. 100. Sierra, it was to rustle feathers. It was to rile Jerv up.
We talked about
ruffle
that.
feathers. You said rustle feathers.
Russell, ruffle, whatever, I don't care.
Russell's the first name. Ruffle is...
Rustle, R-U-S-T-L-E, rustling leaves. You can also rustle feathers.
The strategy of the season almost takes a backseat to the drama most of the time. As I mentioned before, this twist brings the drama, but it does hamper the strategy as a result. We do get moments of awesomeness like Vetus sliding his way through the swap tribe with all the women, a rock draw finally happening after 23 seasons of it being absent, and of course, Sierra voting out her own mother, a war crime in certain parts of the world. But other than that, the strategy here is really basic and makes the endgame quite predictable. Was it smart for all the people without loved ones to vote off people with loved ones still in the game? Yeah. Did it make the season more entertaining though? No. This season is good, but it is largely in spite of its strategy and more because of the drama it brings. The strategy of Blood vs. Water gets a 7 out of 10. Number 4, the characters.
I think I'm more worried about it. I feel like Hayden's gonna be so disappointed. No one wants to date someone who doesn't make the merge. But he's gonna dump me.
Oh, come on.
Like, Hayden will be embarrassed that I'm here and I didn't play better or try harder. He's gonna be so upset. I don't want him to be ashamed of me because I really care about him. And it's just been really hard without him because we're like a team. He's my best friend.
Casting nailed it this season, no doubt. Rupert, Candace, Brad, Kat, Vetus, Caleb, Katie, Hayden, Laura M, Sierra, Tina, Jervis, and Tyson are the standouts to me. And hey, I think I named off more than half the cast there. I also think Colton delivers as well. I know that's an unpopular opinion for as long as he's in the season, but truly, if the show really thought he had quit the first go around, he never should have had a second chance. The cast is stellar though, and for some of these people, the twists only help them, such as Brad, Candace, Kat, Tina, Laura M, and Sierra, all shining because of the twist, like Blood vs. Water or Redemption Island, but then those same twists hurt people like Rupert, Laura B, Tyson, Rachel, Candace, and Marissa. But why am I complaining when the cast delivered? Tina eliminated her apathetic daughter Katie on Redemption Island, and she had so many emotions, and yet that is not what Jeff latched onto. He latched onto Sierra voting out her own mother. Sure, it was going to happen anyways. Like, Sierra was not the deciding vote. I think it was like 7-1, 8-1 landslide vote. She was going no matter what. But to this day in 2025, when I'm releasing this video, Jeff still talks about this moment over all the others when it comes to this season. I can only imagine the show thought this would never happen or very unlikely to happen when they planned out the season, but you better believe that they hoped it would. And when Sierra and Laura M are so emotional when it happens, it just seals the deal. Unlike when Tina eliminates her daughter Katie. Sure, Tina has a lot of emotions, and in fact, she reveals more about herself than I really ever knew before, but Katie didn't care. And for me, that's actually really funny. Remember when Tina was on Redemption Island and she's like, Katie, I'll throw the next challenge so you can stay in the game. And Katie's like, no, that's okay. That's fine. I mean, like, come on now. Since the characters of any season are so dang important, their score gets twice the weight, and the characters of Blood vs. Water score an 8 out of 10. Number 5, the winner.
Me and Jervis, we have a cool thing going now where we'll sneak off and drink a couple coconuts.
We've been opening them a different way so people wouldn't recognize that we've been chopping them.
So good when it hits your lips.
The coconut bandits are back.
There are social faux pas to the game of Survivor, and one of them is eating more food than everybody else. You do have to do a certain amount of work or appear to be working so that people just don't paint you as the lazy guy. But if you just come in and pretend like, yeah, everybody just cracks open a coconut whenever they want. Everybody just eats a banana whenever they want. It doesn't have to be fair. I don't think I'm painted as the lazy guy yet, because after I crack a coconut and drink half of it, I pass the rest around to the other 5 people to share. So that's kind of generous of me to do.
Tyson was leagues above how he played the past 2 times on Survivor. This is not even comparable to Tocantins and Heroes vs. Villains. Are we sure this is the same person? But when it comes to him as a character, I will say that he definitely toned it down a lot once Rachel got eliminated. That Rachel elimination really changed how Tyson acted this season, because everything prior to him finding out she was gone, he's like being a goofball. And then after she's gone, the goofballness really is cranked down a lot. It almost makes him a bit boring to watch at times. Sure, he still has his natural charisma, but his devil-may-care attitude took a backseat to him going maximum effort on winning. And while he definitely deserved the million, the lack of his crazy antics for me was sad to see. On the flip side though, who knew Tyson had it in him to play such a dominant game? And who knew Rachel would cause him to show this much emotion? Everything we'd seen from his prior 2 times on Survivor did not indicate a man with a soft spot, but it is clear that his love for Rachel was real and she meant a lot to him. And hey, they're still married to this day and they got kids. I will always prefer the Tyson of other seasons when thinking about his best moments, but I won't knock him for actually trying to win and succeeding when it came nutcracking time, as Tina called it. Tyson's story and strategic play scores an 8 out of 10. So should you watch season 27 Blood vs. Water? Did Sierra vote out her own mom? Of course! While this season is not something I would recommend as someone's first, it makes for an incredible, well-executed twist that I hope to see return, where we have one tribe of returnees and one tribe of loved ones all living on one beach. That would be a 10 out of 10 season, no doubt. Survivor Blood vs. Water's overall score is an 8 out of 10. Tune in next time as we review Survivor Blood vs. Water 2, because yes, they did a sequel to this season. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.